But I'm just being real. That's just who I am. I'm just real. Ghetto nerds is just who we are. We're from the ghetto and we're nerds. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Lightskin.
And it's your man Juan G.
And you are now tuned in to the Ghetto Nerd. Thank you for tuning in to the Ghetto Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Lightskin, and beside me I got my boy
Juan G.
Yeah, we in the building.
A cool way to say that.
Right. First podcast. Very excited. We got a super special guest here by the name of Ezri.
Hey.
Ezri's in the building. Ezri, first I have to ask you, Ezri or Ezri?
Ezri is like my real name, so that's just what I'm starting to introduce myself as now. But
campaign is the campaign.
Yeah, people, Ezri is never gonna go away. So I built that.
Cool. Yeah, that's dope.
It is, yeah.
Ezri's been super busy. I mean, super busy. We've been trying to keep up with him for the last 45 days, and it's been kind of hard. He's in town, out of town, working really hard. The land, I watched it. It was dope.
Thank you.
It was super dope, and the acting seemed so real, because I heard about Ezri some years ago. Actually, I was introduced to you by Truth. We had Playground Bully Music, and at one point, you and your mom had a couple meetings with him or whatever. So I kind of was hip to you back then, you know what I mean? And I just knew you was young and hungry, and I noticed that early on. So I just knew that he's gonna be good. Now, speaking on that, right? You're still not signed. You're still an independent artist. How challenging has that been, though? How do you not sign? I mean, everybody in Cleveland wants to be a part of somebody's group or, to make themselves look bigger than they are. How has that been staying away from that?
For the most part, I've just been, I guess, not really, letting it feeling the pressure, things like that too much, just because I've been just so focused on, my home team, I guess, kind of building that up. No doubt, bro. Kind of building a home team and something more organic, But it's not necessarily anything I'm opposed to or against,
Just haven't found that right team yet.
Yeah, I'm building with people right now, so I'm entertaining different things, and just doing me at the end of the day, trying to focus on the art and more or less just the inner room.
And just to let everybody know, the sound has changed. We're actually recording live at Ilthy Clothing. So if you hear noise and doors slamming, that's where we're at Ilthy. Make sure y'all come out, check them out. They got some dope pieces in the store. But yeah, so well, that's cool. I mean, and it's obviously been working for you, building those relationships. I've noticed that you didn't have to necessarily join the team per se, because it's working, like you said. I believe the first time I heard your song was in the mix show with DJ Step Floss. I thought that was pretty big, because you was about 17 maybe when that happened.
Yeah, well, when I first started getting played on the radio, I was 14.
Oh, it was 14.
Floss. Yeah,
okay.
He played me I met him he came to my family's crib for Christmas Eve one day.
Okay.
And I think that was I forgot what year that was, but yeah, I was 14.
Okay.
And listened to some of my music and, just felt the family vibes and everything. And started playing me the same week. So shout out to Floss for that.
Yeah, that was big. I remember that. I was actually excited, he was my own, actually. But yeah, so, that was dope. Like you said, you're building relationships with these people, which is really big in Cleveland. I know a lot of artists, they get discouraged because they some kind of way can't build that relationship with these, socialites in Cleveland, but it's not really hard. It's just really about being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and at the same time, being a good person, too.
Yeah.
Having good characteristics.
So I'm listening to the soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
So you got people like Nas, MGK. How does it feel? And this is maybe a Homer take. You have the best song on the album.
Thank you.
That's Nas,
facts,
right? But you have the best track on it.
Right, appreciate
and
that.
maybe because the things that you're talking, I can close my eyes and visualize it. I mean, because I've been in your neighborhood, I've been to your house, and just talking to you, but to still have the best track on the project with people like that. How does that feel?
Man, I appreciate that. And honestly, I'm grateful to be on the project and be able to have names tied to the project, of people of that stature. because it just helps me at the end of the day, and being a part of that is just like a good look, and I appreciate it as an artist. I feel like it's just I'm making strides when I'm able to accomplish things like that. So it's just a great experience overall. But I definitely have been getting a lot of good feedback on Goodbye, and the video recently released, so I've been getting good feedback on that, and people are just rocking with it. So at the end of the day, that's what I appreciate most, is just all the new people that are just now getting hip to me, becoming fans based on that song.
And when you talk about the song and you pick it apart, the first line, goodbye to the ghetto, and then I'll love you forever, you taught me so much. And being from the hood or the ghetto, just like you say, how do you feel that shaped Ezri into a person? Because personally, I feel growing up in the hood is the best thing that can ever happen to you, because if you can make it there, the rest of the world is a piece of cake.
No, it definitely adds like dynamic to your character. But for me, I think it gave me a sense of like morality, and also a sense of understanding why it is I do what I do, or why it is I need to do what I do. Because it made me, growing up in like the hood, I guess made me become a selfless person, because it made me want to help others where I'm from. Had I grown up in like a, blessed, a more, wealthy situation or whatever, like I probably wouldn't be as selfless as I am. And so I think that is what I take most from it. And
And being from that, like, you didn't get sucked up into that, and you're able to be like a voice of hope. And like, because when you used to come down to the Salvation Army, the kids still talk about that. And then when you shoot the video and invite them to your house, like, those are things that they'll never forget. So
true.
So to continue to do those type of things is very inspiring, though.
Well, definitely. That's something that like I plan to continue to do, because it's something that's gotten me to this point, if not one of the most instrumental things. It's just being a down-to-earth individual, always willing to come back and give back to the people, who supported you from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but just to inspire, the youth, because at the end of the day, they are like the future. And if you treat the youth like trash, then that's how the future's going to end up subsequently. You know what I'm saying? So I just always try to spread just love.
And that's crazy you said it, because you're like, to me, like, you're, I guess I have to say, multi-talented entertainers now, considering you have acting under your belt now. You at a premiere of a movie, and you're like sitting with the people, you're talking to the people, that's real. And I'm thinking, like, some people, you can put a YouTube video out on them, and then they swear they made it, and they whole personality, voice change, everything, you know what I mean? But you keep it so real, and I admire that so much about you. Even during my research, just saying, like, just the way you interview, like, obviously you're educated, which is like, slim to none when it comes to talking about entertainers. Like, you're educated, you're hungry, you're humble, and it's just like, it ain't too many artists out here that you can really say that about, you know what I mean? So that's super dope. Let's get into talk about the video a little bit more. Actually just recently saw the video and like fell in love with the production of the video. I mean, it was like it just was like, it's weird to me how everything you do kind of like fits who you are, right? And it's so weird to me. So let's talk about how the concept came with the video. I mean, obviously it played into the lyrics of the music, but I mean, it was
honestly, a lot of that was out of my artistic direction.
Okay.
Most of it came from the director of the video, who's Stephen Kipple Jr., who also directed the film The Land. Okay. So he brought like a lot of creative direction to the film. I didn't have too much, I had to say, but I didn't say too much.
Okay.
So, I kind of just let him come with that. At the same time, too, I was like busy working on music and doing different things like Empire and things of that nature. So, that was almost how I had to be, but it still turned out, how I did. And so, I'm thankful
like
for that.
I would have assumed you did it yourself.
Word,
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the artisticness, really like still being you. So that was pretty dope that you was able to do the movie, get a song on a soundtrack, and still be yourself.
And even still, like in the film, my character in the film, Booby, is close to how I am naturally. So Steven is good at doing that, making those parallels, I guess.
And I heard an interview with him too. Is he saying basically you guys' story kind of similar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that probably helps. That
like,
probably,
does it scare you at all though? Like the timing of everything, like it's like almost too good to be true. Like,
yeah, I mean, you couldn't pay to be like to have all this stuff happen how it's happened. So I don't know. I just grateful for it.
When I say the stars like lined up, I just was going down the timeline, just paying attention. It was like Sway, okay, Sway. When you did the Sway show, it was kind of like he'd been on the show before. He looks like he just was at home. And I was like, yo, this dude is just like, he's crazy. So, but let's talk about that Sway a little bit. How did you even get on the Sway show?
So Sway, getting on Sway came about because one day I was in my dorm and I got a call from my mom telling me that there was a showcase in Cleveland called like Deal or No Deal, or Get Signed or Die, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And so there were going to be like some label reps there, like Lenny S. And, Savvy Davis Jr. and like from MMG, like a few different label reps like Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Sirius XM just so happened to be one of them. A representative from Shea 45 named Reggie was there in the audience, and so I was invited to perform thanks to Karen Civil. She kind of requested me to be there.
Okay.
Even though like you had to pay, I think like $500 to perform or something like that. So shout out to Karen Civil for that.
Shout out, she's big.
Yeah. But Ashley Janelle called my mom, telling her that Karen Civil wanted me to perform. So my mom called me and came to pick me up from Kent State. Took me to the show, and I did my thing, and then exchanged contacts and shook hands with a few different people. After that, went back to Kent, started studying for midterms, regular stuff, and maybe like same week or maybe 2 weeks later, I get a call from Reggie Hawkins, who was a Shea 45 representative, basically telling me that he showed Sway some of my music, and they wanted to fly me to New York to be on the show. So I had to drop 2 classes in order to fly to New York because my teachers didn't want to allow me to reschedule my midterms.
Okay.
So they basically said like you either go and fail the class, or you focus on what's more important. That's what they told me. And so in their opinion, staying and doing
right.
Taking my test was more important, but I didn't feel that way, so I dropped those classes and went to do the interview in the freestyle, and did it. I actually missed the flight. I had to end up driving 10 hours to New York. Got there at like 5 a.m. Was on the show at 9, and then was driving back to Cleveland by like 11. So it was a quick trip, and got back to Kent. Like, it was funny. Like, I got back to school feeling like, dang, nobody even knows like what I just did. Like,
right.
The video hadn't dropped yet. Like, I literally just got back straight from New York, straight from Sway, went straight back to the dorm, and like people was like, yo, what's up, Ezri? Like, I was like, yeah, like y'all don't
24
even know.
hours, right? Like,
and then
big
like,
in a minute.
Yeah. A week later, the Sway joint came out, and my homie was, I was in my dorm just asleep, and like I was getting texts and calls at like 6 a.m. People telling me it was like on World Star. That's like people saw it first.
Okay.
Obviously people saw it on Sway first, but my homies, and the people I knew was seeing it on World Star first. Like hit me up at 6 a.m. in my dorm, and so it's just dope experience. Like something I'll never forget for sure.
Is that considered your transition time? You think? You think that's when things started changing, like on another level?
Yeah, like I would say so. Up until then, like I just feel like I've been just character building and learning and developing as an artist and just gaining knowledge. So I feel like everything up until that point, and I'm still learning. It's still a learning process. So it's gonna continue to be a learning process.
Yeah.
So but I would say that helped jumpstart a lot of things.
So when you think about hip hop and the influence that it have on you. Do you feel like it have the power to move the envelope, like in the communities, in a positive way? Because when I listen to Ezri, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't think that you was from the hood. Like, how do you maintain a positive outlook on everything?
You saying just how do I maintain like
a positive outlook on life, and then translate that into your music to inspire people.
Got you.
My bad, I didn't mean that.
No.
A little bit, bro.
I think a lot of it just comes from my own personal life experience and relaying that. Most of what I just try to do is express to people, where I'm from, what I'm doing, and how I'm doing it, how I got to be able to do it in my music. I'm saying, that's what I try to get across, and like just express my reality. And I understand that a lot of people are in positions that I'm in and from where I'm from, and so I know it's gonna translate well because I'm just being as truthful as possible, and just staying true to myself and being honest. And I know a lot of people can relate to my truths.
Well, and to kind of piggyback on that, I feel like this generation needs to hear from you and people that represent what you do. Because last week at the panel, like you were the youngest guy on there, but it was a lot of older generations talking or you're a younger generation, talking at you, saying this is what we need to do, this is what we need to happen. But to have your perspective being put on wax and show kids even though you're from this is how you can flip it. So that's just very commendable, is what I was saying.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man, that's what I try to do is like I said, just try to lead by example for the most part. So yeah, that's what I live by.
And that's what I noticed too with Ezri. It's like he's the voice of the ghetto. You know what I mean? Like, he can tell different stories. I mean, because obviously you have a brother, from my understanding, that's in prison. So he's experienced almost the exact same things that these kids are still going through. So it kind of gives him hope.
He gets out this month, too.
Huh? He does?
Yeah.
That's super dope. Super dope.
You don't seem excited about that, bro.
I know he's excited about it.
No, I definitely am excited. I'm just tired because I've been doing a lot these past few days.
He's been busy, man. He's been working. I told you, man.
I just went to the Kanye show.
I was there last
Empire,
night too.
All this stuff. And if there's anything I'm excited about, is that most.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that were you stunting a little bit just now? Where you just kept
no, I'm saying is that my brother coming home.
No,
all that stuff.
Not that part.
Right.
Not that part. It was the Kanye show.
I'm just putting in perspective for people that's going on, and this is what I'm happiest about.
Yeah.
So
People
should put their values in their perspective and what they value.
Day one. That's what he's a family man. He's actually a man now, so he's a family man. And I respect that. Everybody around him is humble. And I don't need to say that, but, I keep saying that because it's so, I actually played the sideline of the premiere of Empire, the watch party of Empire. And I just kind of was watching the vibes. As soon as you came in, he was smiling, kicking it with everybody, you know what I mean? And then his mom, after the show, she's, hanging out, your dad, everybody's socializing. So they're, still tangible people, you know what I mean? And that's big because, like I mentioned before, it's people just get out of their element once they get a little lights and camera, you know what I mean? So, Ezzy's dope for that, yeah. So let's talk about the land a little bit. I watched an interview where you talked about, being the rookie to the film world. And you were saying that everyone kind of just welcomed you in. So how hard was it to get into the character that you claimed that was actually a relation, close to who you truly are?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So was it difficult, were you nervous,
Yeah,
I guess?
Yeah. Coming in, you know what I'm saying, you obviously feel the intimidation and you got this little self-doubt, of being just a new kid, But at the same time, it was a great contrast because I was one of the only actors and the only lead actor from Cleveland, so as I'm trying to learn how to act, they're kind of trying to learn how to be Cleveland,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a great balance and just, it helped develop, an organic relationship amongst all of the boys on set. So those are my brothers now, and it was dope. They made me feel like fam immediately and moved me from the projects to their little Tremont loft that they were staying in.
But was Nas on set?
Nas was not on set.
Okay.
But
you did get a chance to meet him, though?
Yeah, we were doing. I met him first in Sundance.
Okay.
And then he was around studio and stuff when they were doing the musical stuff for the film. He was in the studio.
Where you got the best track on there, right?
The one you got the
word.
Right.
So
it's fits the movie for sure.
Yeah, so Nas though, he's a cool dude. Yeah, I met him first in Sundance.
That's dope. What about Erykah Badu? How was it hanging out with her?
She was cool. She was on set.
Did you look her in the eye?
Yeah.
You did?
I think so. Yeah. I'm sure I have.
No, you would know so.
It's downhill from that, brother.
No, he would know so. No way in hell he did. Because he's still moving, he's still working.
Right.
It's
we was at her crib, though. She got a tight crib. She was a cool chick. We was in Dallas, and she was very welcoming. When there was like a little film festival out there, me and Stephen Cable were like helping coming up with ideas for one of her videos.
Really?
Yeah, she got this like big whiteboard in her house. We was just jotting ideas and stuff. She's a cool lady. Her daughters are awesome too. Shout out to Eric.
Dope.
Can we add that to the list of like just bragging again a little bit? See, we got Nas. See, we got Eric.
I just saying what I feel like people want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
The little insight. People love that Kim K type stuff, right?
You got a new name too. Your new name is Mr. Fox 8.
Right.
Like, he's been all over. Like, forget all the bad news. It's like, when Ezzy's coming on? Like, I want to see Ezzy. I'm waiting on Ezzy.
Right. That's great. That's how I want it to be.
It's like
more
he's there one night, and you wake up in the morning, he's on there again for something else, and it's like they have to know you by first name down there for sure. Even the producers,
for sure.
cameraman.
And I know you say you've been tired because you've been doing a lot of this, but we really need this type of news getting out. I mean,
no doubt.
In our city, it's like an epidemic of people dying, and they're your age though. So to see Ezri Walker, the man from the projects, so to speak, not having his face on the news, being wanted for armed robbery, like, so you might as well get used to being tired, man, because people need to hear your voice. As he yawns, like
take a nap, right? He's yawning right now, but you got to take them naps though.
Yeah,
super.
I gotta catch them naps. I don't be catching them really that much no more. But.
How was it speaking on the panels?
It was cool. It's like a lot of time I don't like public speaking.
Said you don't?
But, yeah, I've been just more comfortable with it lately.
You did such a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I mean, like your breathing, like I'm watching like all the important things like that I know your people's probably taught you to do. I'm like, yo, he's doing all that.
No, I'm a good talk. Like I could talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when I used to be in school and stuff, they used to, like doing presentations and group presentations. A lot of time, my homies was the ones, you know what I'm saying, in class, not paying attention. And
I think you're so good at public speaking because you're transparent. You say how you feel. You don't have any notes. You don't have any speech. And when people ask you something, they're going to hear exactly what you're thinking. Even though your people might be in the crowd cringing, like, did he just say that?
Word.
Did he just say I'm not
Q&A.
registered to vote?
Word.
Did he just say that? Like, yo, but
it's real.
And the reason why I think you're going to reach so many people, because a lot of people your age are not going to vote. And they're not going to get involved in the political process. Word. So when you said that, it was a microcosm of how the world views you. You say exactly. They ask you a question. You say exactly how you feel, and then it's like, oh, this little nigga tripping. Word. As opposed to, why aren't you registered to vote, Ezzy?
Word.
Other than you being busy at Erykah Badu's house and writing songs with Nas.
Right. I mean, honestly, that is the reason. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never paid too much attention to it. Like my dad was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and so
that's good insight.
Yeah, coming up, like I used to go to the Kingdom Hall and stuff, and so voting was just never, and just politics rather, was just never like.
Yeah. So I'll push back. So as your career continue to excel, your tax brackets are going to change. So those tax laws will become important to you. So you should probably.
I know I should definitely do research on that stuff.
Well, if you're too busy, just how your peoples do it.
Right? Yeah, true.
At least you know what's going on.
But we're getting away from the point of your generation being disengaged in the process, because the classes I teach during the week, they say, our vote don't really count, or blah blah blah.
And I think a lot of that is based on just obviously, well, it can go either way, because when you see Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and are the two choices that we have, it could. I can understand why somebody's like, man, I don't need to vote. Like, why am I even gonna vote? You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I can see how somebody's like, this is why we need to vote. So, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just like, whatever.
No, no, bro. Don't downplay it, because just the kid. I don't want it. You're not a kid anymore, but the demographic that you represent, that I see every day, feels the exact same way.
Word.
So to hear you bring that up can maybe start a dialogue to say, hey, we need to change it. Or to really shine light, people dying in our hood every day, where the police at, or that type of thing. So don't ever shy away from it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even seem like it's that deep for Ezri. It's just basically like I'm just
floating through life.
It's not put in my face. You know what I mean? Like my face. You know what I mean? Like we're just living life and just enjoying life.
Yeah, but I'm definitely like not ignorant to everything that's going on, and I can understand how it can be key to like not even presidency, like voting for the president, but there's other like things that you could vote on that affect people more directly. So yeah, I just got to do more research on it, I guess. I would like to, even if it doesn't change my view on voting and make me go out and vote, I would still like to understand, the politics.
But that's good that you know now, though. You know what I mean? Like one mistake saying I'm not voting.
Well, and my take may be not a popular one, but I don't think you should just go vote just because we told you. Like, I want to understand, like, why you guys are disengaged to it. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, he made that clear. Right. Nobody's going to make me go vote.
No,
Not
like that. It's just like, okay, well, I'm just going through the process. Life is good. But you're not the only one to feel that way.
I feel like, I mean, as far as my peers, I mean, I could just kind of speak for myself and, like, my homies a little bit. But I just see it as like, we facing different issues than, like, I don't know. They be looking goofy to me, like, on the news.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to talk about more things that you can relate to, like college, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's different stuff going on.
Tuition.
I've been listening to some of these people talking, I'll just be like, what are you talking about?
Because what they're talking about doesn't make sense to me either, so.
Even, like, I'm 10 years older than you, right? Yeah. And I like to feel like I'm a pretty hip, plugged-in type of guy. But I don't know half the stuff that goes on with you guys right now. Yeah. So people above me are making decisions saying this is how the 20-year-olds feel. And I feel like that can be a problem. What would you say about that?
I mean, that too. And I feel like that's, a responsibility of the youth to maybe get more engaged in, helping be a voice and instill whatever changes that, we see fit to be made. So like you said, there is like a gap and like a disengagement. And I feel like the responsibility falls probably on both parties. Yeah. One, just not understanding each other, the youth not necessarily understanding the older generations and vice versa.
Because y'all just really focus on like being fly, getting money, getting girls, and
like just like success,
whatever that means, right?
Like, trying to
definitely headed that way. He's definitely headed that way.
As a creative individuals.
Yeah.
This generation is forward thinking and like backward thinking at the same time.
Do y'all even see race the way people see it?
I don't know.
Like us against them type of thing.
I think that's a little bit how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it's seen amongst the majority at least. But I feel like there's a lot of people too who are just like understanding that it's like this stuff seems to be a little bit of a distraction. Or like just like a lot of it seems to be a distraction. Not a distraction, but this is why I don't focus on a lot of this stuff, because I feel like I'm just focused on making sure that me and my fam is good, even spiritually. Like, make sure I just have a personal connection and relationship with a higher power, rather than putting my trust in organized religion or politics or a government, different things of that nature. I just try to focus on having my personal connection.
I'm not gonna get no pushback from me on that one over here.
It just is what it is.
That's what I inspire other people to do. But if you feel like voting is what you should be doing in your life, then I wouldn't discourage that.
So no Kanye for president in 2020. Will you vote for that ticket?
Probably not, man.
I was about to say, I'm looking, my neck got tight and everything. Like, come on, Ezri, say the right thing. That was gonna go a whole nother way.
It depends on what he talk about. You know, what I'm
there
saying?
it is. There it
He
is.
might be a better candidate than Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He might care about what black people need more than Donald Trump does. So
Yeah. So,
it depends. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can't discredit him for he's a man, and just because he's an entertainer, I don't feel like we should make a joke of it. You know?
Yes, sir.
Because like I said, at the end of the day, we got people running for president that don't have our best interests or any of our interests in mind at all. So it is what it is.
Yeah, let's take away from the tense stuff. Let's get back to.
I had to ask you.
I went to his show yesterday though. It was
Kanye shows.
I went to Yeezus. Yeezus was.
I was there.
See, Yeezus. Oh, you was at the show yesterday.
Last night. Yeah.
I thought it was alright. It got boring to me a little quick. Just because it's like
1 to 10, where you give it? Wait, you might have to be signed to good music. So let's move on. It was a good show.
I liked it. At the end of the day, I enjoyed myself. I would have rather been there, you know what I'm saying, than at the crib.
Yeah, it was a good show.
So I had fun, man.
Even him floating over the crowd and everything. Like, I would have been
over
dizzy.
the crowd.
Yeah, I would have been dizzy. Like, I mean,
he floated over the crowd.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah, you did miss it, but I didn't though. So if I was there, it was like you was there.
No, it's not the
Yeezus
same thing.
was stupid. It was crazy. It was like a theatrical. It was like a movie. He was making a movie right in front of your face. That was like one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Yeezus was tight.
Missed
And I
that.
went in Chicago, so.
Was it a big difference?
I mean,
the show was pretty much produced the same, but
yeah, it's all like produced the same, but it was just more. He had a personal connection with the crowd more, being that he's from there. So,
right.
It was just dope. The turnout was crazy, and it was dope being at the. And seeing Kendrick being able to perform there too, because his parents are from Chicago. So,
okay.
Yeah, they was both like personal connections to the city.
Can you imagine when we were able to say, "Yo, you saw the Ezri show at the Brown Stadium"?
Oh yeah,
that's
and
big.
He was the headliner.
And floated across the crowd.
Can you imagine when we're going to be able to say that?
Yeah,
see it? I see it. I don't know about y'all, but I
bring
see
out
it.
Cuddy, yeah.
Cuddy?
Yeah. Cuddy will open up. Cuddy, Bone, and
No Bone.
No, you gotta pay. They gotta open up for him.
Well, Ezri left his own time, but you're not about to put Ezri on stage.
That will makes you go to one of your questions. There,
we'll see.
You don't like old rappers. We know that.
I don't listen to old rap music.
We know that your top 5 will not be Nas, Big L.
I want his real top 5. Somebody asked me this question in the last couple weeks, and he answered it, but he did an eye.
It varies so much though. Like I don't have a top 5 because ever since I started listening to music, I always changed like what I listen to. But I will say like Lil Wayne.
It's my number 1 too.
Before
2009.
After 2009, Wayne. Come on.
No, look, see, I'm talking about like when I was 13.
Okay.
Or like 7th, 8th grade, he dropped No Ceilings.
Ooh,
that was like, and obviously before that, I'm sure he was killing it. I wouldn't know because I never listened to nothing before.
Yeah,
really? Even after you listen to No Ceilings, you didn't
even
know
after
that?
I listened to No Ceilings, I'm sure I've heard Old Wayne.
And I was
you gotta hear Old Wayne.
You know what I'm saying? I remember him
Dedication,
having a younger voice. I remember hearing it, but when I was listening to No Ceilings, I remember it inspired me to just want to like
let's go in,
rip niggas' heads off.
Yeah.
On the spitting side, you know what I'm saying?
It made me want to do that too, and I didn't even rap. So
you feel me? And I was in middle school, and
felt.
like that's when kids was like rapping in the lunchroom, and like we do like freestyle, like roasting sessions, like you know what I'm saying. And so I was listening to that tape. Everybody was listening to that tape in my school.
So that's
he
one.
Inspired a lot, yeah.
One.
Weezy. Drake inspired me a lot as an artist.
2.
To just, widen my musical range as an artist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just be more comfortable in things of that nature.
3.
J. Cole.
Ooh, okay.
I really appreciate.
You better.
Just his in-depth content, you know what I'm saying? And his wittiness and his wordplay is tight. I rock with that.
4.
I like Kanye West. And just his innovation and his.
I think you like Kanye
approach.
more on the fashion side too.
I like that. Just him as an artist overall. You know what I'm saying? Is inspiring. So yeah, I like Kanye West.
And 5.
The 5th spot. Be honest.
The 5 spot is like the unlockable character.
All right, give me 2.
The random character that can switch at any moment.
Mine's too. I said the same thing.
So who in it right now?
Man, I listen to.
Like who album you can't wait to drop? Like you making sure you get that.
Ezri.
Yes. Man, I've been listening to Designer a lot.
Ooh, I wouldn't have pegged you as a designer guy.
I always wanted to do a song with you, Keith.
Yeah.
See, now he's being
and I've been listening to my little cousin.
So
this is honest.
Blackie.
So let's recap. We got Weezy, Drake, Kanye, who else? J. Cole, and Designer.
But these are not like direct. These are just like, these are not top 5. I can't say that's top 5. I'm just saying these are people that I'm in.
I feel like you're being a politician right now. I feel like
I'm not. I just don't have. I don't have one.
I mean, it's like that though. I mean, because Drake wasn't always in my top 5.
Yeah, and it's times
like
I
don't
don't
even
even
he replaced some people, so it's like I get that.
It's times where I like these artists and I don't like these artists at all.
Yeah.
J. Cole, Kendrick wasn't in my top 5, but they
Kendrick
got the top 5
isn't in my top 5.
He isn't?
No, he's not.
Man, you crazy.
What?
I'm dying to know your top 5.
I don't have a top 5, so I can't say. But there was a
time
where
you gave us a top 4.
Kendrick's album was my favorite album.
Yeah.
For a long time.
You can't take it back. You gave a top 4.
So no, like Jay-Z, Nas, none of that. I think people.
I remember being like in the car seat and like.
In the car seat.
And then my dad would be like,
is
in the
this
car
for real
seat
right
in the
now,
back
or
of a Cadillac.
You telling the truth right now?
I'm telling the truth. I remember being like in like a bougie seat like in the back of a Cadillac or something. My dad driving and listening to like, I put the knife in you, take a little bit of life from you. Like my dad was listening to like Cedric the Entertainer talking about chopping up niggas and putting them on the couch like drug money.
I'm sincere.
Yeah,
this some shit.
Yeah. So like my dad was the biggest Jay-Z fan. Like my dad, Jay-Z's his favorite hip hop artist.
So,
I think.
See what music does? You was 5 and you remember it, like a feeling that you got.
Yeah. Put the gun to you. I let it sing you a song. I let it hum to you. The other one sing a song.
There's people out here that feel that way about you.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's probably people out here that feel that way about you.
Word. I would hope. Hey, how you guys doing? I would hope, right? No. Yeah. I believe so.
Well, that top 5 is very similar to mine. My 5th spot was kind of fighting too. I put Cole and Kendrick in number 5, fighting for the 5th spot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got Jay-Z, Wayne.
That's a big debate, like Cole and Kendrick.
Yeah.
I like Cole. I think he trumps it regardless.
Really?
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah.
What is that about?
But I like Kendrick a lot
too.
too.
Like trumps him though.
Well, see, I like him for different reasons though. Like Kendrick, he just has an innovative approach at just everything he does. You know what I'm saying? He takes this he thinks about stuff differently. I've been in the studio with him and it took him like 4 hours to write a 16.
Wait. Erica, Nas, now Kendrick. We gotta keep that list going on.
It took him like 4 hours to write a 16-bar verse, and it was just because he was such a perfectionist. Wanted to make sure every piece was, exactly how he felt would capture the audience best. So I appreciate him for that. You know what I'm saying? But J. Cole speaks to me, I feel, a little more on a relatability level.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think I like Kendrick because he's aggressive.
Word.
Like he doesn't come off to like mad rapper to me, but he's just like when he wanted that number 1 spot, he went in the lab and he did what he
animalistic.
wanted to do. Yes, I love that.
I rock with that.
So y'all gave him the number 1 spot? That's what I'm hearing you say.
Gave. So you don't think he took that spot?
I don't think he took it.
Man, come on.
I think J. Cole has the spot.
Well, he took it.
The spot at number. Wait, what are we at? What is the question?
Current number 1.
Kendrick.
This is popular.
No.
Popular.
Yes.
Opinion.
This
is
mine.
Drake.
Ooh. Okay. I can't.
Popular opinion. Drake is number 1.
But let's back up to
and
Kendrick.
Then Kendrick.
Kendrick
and
was
then J. Cole,
anointed before he even dropped Good Kid, Mad City. He was on the album, the magazine cover with Dre standing behind, he had the cosign.
I'm just saying statistically.
No,
stats for sure. But I just mean if you ask the people.
If I ask the people, I think
it's Drake and J. Cole.
I think it's Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, and that's just I'm just being honest.
You're asking the people
because I think, but see, J. Cole is giving us obviously more material than Kendrick had.
Okay,
but I think Kendrick is probably more of a people's champ than J.
People's
Cole.
champ. Mm-hmm. And what are we judging this on? What are we judging this off of?
I'm just based on. I'm just looking.
Popular opinion.
Yeah, this is my opinion of the this is my opinion of what I feel the popular opinion.
That's what I wanted.
Okay, so this is not my top 3 or anything of that nature.
This is what I feel
around
like. The world. This is what you see.
This is what I feel like. A concert. If each of these individuals through a concert at the same venue in the same city, 6 months apart, this is what I feel like. Who would get the most fans. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole.
I say that. I agree with you on that.
Drake could probably get more than both of them combined.
Probably. But at the same time, I don't know. J. Cole done pulled together some crazy shows. But I seen
like
Kendrick
you keep saying something and pulling it back in.
I am, because I'm thinking like now, like, all right, with J. Cole, he got this material though. Like Kendrick, he dropped his album a year and some months ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? But and maybe like a year ago.
Okay.
So this is at the top of 2016, I say. That would be
we all.
Now it's like, who knows? Because none of them.
Whoever dropped first will bump up to number
Drake
2.
Drake is obviously number.
Yeah,
he just dropped. He's consistent. He's still dropping. So it's like he got music out all the time. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have just a constant.
So I would say technically he has the number 1 spot, considering that he's that consistent. He's dropping whenever he wants.
And this is disregarding obviously the Kanye, the Jay-Z.
Right. Yeah.
But no, bro. Like, you can't do that. Like,
that's
here's why. Here's why.
That's generational.
If I'm a boxer right now and I want to say I'm the best boxer, can I say I'm the best boxer excluding Floyd Mayweather?
Ain't Floyd?
No, I'm saying
retired
last year.
Now?
No, I'm saying last year. Like, while Floyd was in his prime, can I go into the ring and say I'm the best? I could say I'm the best of all the new cats. Nope. It's hip hop.
But unfortunately, what we have to say, the best is obviously who got the best stats. That just is what it is. That's the champ. When we talk about rings.
From what I even seen yesterday, Drake might have had the cube more packed than Ye. Maybe he could have.
Yeah.
At this today, who knows?
Because Drake has yet to piss people off yet, so people still are in love with him. Kanye, he got people that just love Kanye.
Yeah.
So,
and at the same time, Kanye got people that's probably like tired of seeing, his antics and whatnot. Yeah. But I'm a person that just loves seeing how creative he can get, and I'm always interested in seeing, what innovative take he brings to just the norm.
But y'all skating away from the issue. I can't say I'm the best. Excluding people, Ezzy.
I think it's a generational difference. I think Ye and Jay I think they already secured their places.
Right, it's like a multiple king type of thing at this point.
That's like if I get in the game now, and that's like you saying, I gotta compete with Jay and Ye.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
Nah, I think I'm more looking at. I don't even think I would even be competing with the Drizzies. Maybe I think I'm more looking at the.
Isn't it a competition sport?
I'm competing with him.
It's a competition
I'm
sport,
definitely competing, musically. I'm definitely trying to make the best music possible. But I'm saying as far as, like, what I can't necessarily take from them, or, like, they've already like, broken barriers, you know what I'm saying, that, that I still have to reach. You feel me?
So with the top 5 thing, I mean,
so I don't know. I guess I'm saying on like similar levels, starting out at the similar time, similar career times.
So right now, who are you competing against? Because you kind of threw me off with that one. Because I would prefer you say, because Drake is right now.
No, in my mind, that's musically, that's who I'm definitely trying to. So that's what I'm trying to reach.
There's no competition.
But what I'm saying is, by the time I get to the level of a Drake, and who knows how long that'll take. Drake will be. He's already a legend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
why I would have to respectfully disagree and push back, please. Jay-Z has been Jay-Z forever, right?
Yes.
Drake came in 2007. We was like, oh, who is this guy mixing? But now Drake can actually say, I wanted to be on Rockefeller, then I turned into Jay. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all can't say, well, no.
No, that's what I said. Like, the last thing you just said, I disagree with. I definitely think if you get in right now today, you competing against Drake.
Word. Okay, well,
that's how you go in.
I don't agree with Drake saying that statement.
Me either.
At the end of the day.
But he's saying he's competing against them.
Word. And I feel that, but at the end of the day, I feel like he might be running on a treadmill trying to do that. because how can you compete with like a monument? You know what I'm saying? Like something that's already concrete,
right?
Something that's already concrete. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z already he has nothing else to prove.
Yeah.
It's no competition for him at this point.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? What competition is it to Jay-Z? Like, what else does he have to prove?
Nas was the competition, and they did that already.
You know what I'm saying? How can Drake? He already did. He, like you said, Nas was his competition.
So
how can Drake, a newcomer, come in and then Jay-Z has to now recompete with this guy?
So I'm gonna maybe try to cop deuces with you then and say that we can have a debate about the greatest of all time and then the top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Is that am I like copping deuces?
Yeah, I would say so.
We'll take that.
But I think it's just generational. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Drake stands for more this generation. Like I said, I was in the